Hey guys, how you going? So we're up to my next video in my series. So the next one we're looking at is Deity, Depression and Drama. So essentially looking at what Deity is, how depression can affect everyday practice and everyday life, and then drama with the craft. But looking at it from a kind of a point of drama as in acting drama, but also drama as in issues with other people sort of drama. So looking at Deity first. So each person has their different views and beliefs on Deity, how they interact with Deity, what forms they take. Most of the time you look at it, it'll be the balanced form of the male and female gender to the aspects of Deity, so that eternal balance between the two. Another way you can look at it is, like with the gods, looking at the different aspects of each god. So looking through different pantheons and seeing what gods associated with what, and looking at them, say, you're looking at Artemis, so then goddess of the moon, the huntress. Then you look in from Greek, where Artemis is from, to look to Roman, where you have Diana, who essentially has the same sort of role. And then looking at something like perhaps Celtic, where you have Arianhord, who is the moon goddess there, who has the giant moon wheel, and just kind of looking at general associations there. But on a big whole, looking at the aspects of Deity, it's more kind of looking at like a diamond. So if you look at each Deity form, it's essentially looking into a diamond and seeing the different facets there, the different faces and different sides to one essential piece, to being that central creation force. But when looking at Deity in that sort of way, it gives you, can be new light. You can find that different aspects still reflect the same sort of sides to it, but you can view it from different angles, which can really help when looking for your Deity that you may be working with. You might find general associations that are coming up in everyday life that could lead you to finding gods and goddesses to work with. Like, for instance, myself, I'm a dedicate of Eros, the god of love and hatred, and I'm also a dedicate of Hecate, queen of the underworld, the key bearer, the torch bearer. I find that those two very much complement each other, and it can really help. That it's handy that they both come from the Greek pantheon as well, but just when I first found them, it was through different symbols that kept coming up in my life and different aspects that led me to looking more into them and finding an understanding and developing a relationship with them. So when you do decide to work with Deity, it's all about how you approach it. So you can do meditations to find the gods and goddesses that you want to work with. You can do tarot readings, you can do divination. There's all different ways you can have a look. You can just do research and just start working with different gods and find which ones you click with and which ones resonate with you. But it's very much about personal exploration, because in the end it's understanding that as much as the outward Deity, so like the cosmic beings out there, it's also looking at the internal Deity aspects of yourself, so the god and goddess that reside within you. Because a lot of strength that has been given to the gods and goddesses of nowadays is essentially from belief and thought from humans. So the patterns that we've created for them, the aspects, the different personalities that have been developed over time, those aspects within yourself, and being able to project it out into the world to strengthen and increase the power that you develop and relationship you develop with your Deity. So next thing looking at would be depression, which is kind of a subject that hits home for me as well, because I do have mild anxiety and depression issues. But it's looking at this in magical practice and also looking at it in everyday life. So a lot of people tend to focus on negative aspects. They get into their thought patterns, and negative only seems to attract negative. And it's looking at different ways to approach life, like with the diamond, the deity aspect there, looking at that. Ourselves are a diamond. We're very faceted. We have different sides, different angles, different reactions to everything. It's changing our perspective on situations that can help with these symptoms of emotional stress, emotional strain that can lead to depression and anxiety. But I'm talking from a side where it may not be, it's more a mental condition, looking at depression from this side, not as opposed to some that have a chemical imbalance, which there's kind of a line between those. But it's essentially the more you work with yourself and with deity and with the elements and with witchcraft, paganism, magic, the nature around you, it's developing that relationship with the outward world and manifesting within your own life the positive aspects that you want, but also understanding and learning from negative occasions what could be coming from that. There may be a message that needs to come through, and it was the only way it could manifest. But pretty much it's also when looking at doing any spell work, focusing on if you are having a time of a very low time, a dark time where you're finding that you just can't seem to get out of a situation, a certain cycle keeps coming around. It's about putting positive thought forms out there to help manifest whatever spell work you want to do to help break that chain. It's looking, I want to keep saying positive, but it's looking at those negative thought patterns and seeing why you may be having them and understanding what is going on, because there may be a lesson there to be learned that you just keep continually going over and over and over again, but maybe you just need to look at it from a different angle, a different perspective, and just find out what's happening. And it might just help you to be able to move on into the next phase of your life, the next section of your path. Helps with spiritual growth as well. But it's not being afraid to ask for help as well will really help with this. But because sometimes it's hard to admit that we aren't strong enough to deal with our own problems, that we do need external influence to help us. So the final part looking at today is drama. So I'll look at it from kind of a community point of view first. So looking at drama and community, so gossip, rumours, anyone that creates videos here on YouTube has probably copped negative comments from viewers, or just seem to have their words taken maybe the wrong way. It's learning how to deal with that aspect. There are people out there that are just there to cause mischief, to cause drama in everyday life. That's all they do. But it's to learn that they don't get anything out of this. They get their quick hit and that's it. It's when you understand that behind the drama it also shows you who your true friends are, who are those that will stand up for you and who will look after you as well. And understanding that life needs that little bit of drama, that little bit of aspect that can sometimes, it can stir up a stagnant situation. It's kind of the raging storm around the calm eye of the cyclone, which probably wasn't an appropriate thing with what's happening in Queensland right now, but it's just looking at it from that angle that sometimes things need to be shaken up a bit. It's essentially drama can be attached to the Tower card in the Major Arcana. It's that change of perspective again that can be broken patterns, and that's what really can help to develop and move on. But the other side of drama is looking at acting also. Finding that sometimes if you find your ritual work is becoming stagnant or it's just feeling repetitive, maybe acting or including or incorporating play work into your ritual can really bring in new aspects, new powers, new levels that may previously not have been there. And it can also help if you feel like you're acting out, whether it be animals or it might be different people, it might be acting out as a god or a goddess. It kind of gets you connected, it gets you into that mind space of that being, that person, that creature, and really gets you to see through their eyes. So it kind of awakens you to something you may not have been looking at because you've been looking at it from one certain view. Once again, it's changing your perspective on the situation, which I think most of this vlog has been about. It's about a change in perspective and your change in view. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. But I will do a little bit of an update with what's been happening. I'm currently getting ready to move states in Australia in about a month and a half. So I'm hoping to finish the rest of my vlog series before I have to move, because I'm going to have to pack things up and get organised. But looking forward to that, except the area that I'm moving to now, which is Queensland in Australia, the city I'm moving to has been hit with floods, and now they have Class 5 cyclone warnings further up the north side of Queensland. But I'm determined to go. Like, I can feel that the next stage of my path, my life, is what's drawing me there. I'm already visit the Brisbane city 3-4 times per year, seeing friends up there, but I think it's definitely the next stage I want to move into. When I go up there, I'm actually going to start a course that my friend is running on shamanic witchcraft, which will be fantastic. I really want to get into doing more of my crafts and creations that I'm doing, so my candles, my jewellery, all that sort of stuff. Pretty much just want to get my head in check, get myself and my path organised, commit myself to a lot more deity work, to a lot more devotional work, and yeah, just essentially get organised and get my life in order, hopefully, and leave some of the dead wood that I have attached now back here in Sydney. But yeah, I think that's mostly it for today. So just in the comments, if you've got anything to say about how you work with deity, how you approach deity, or even your views on deity, how you find, if you had dark times or depressive times, how it affects your practice, and it may affect it for a positive or a negative aspect, but how it works out with all of it. And then last part, your views on drama, from a point of gossiping and rumouring to the other side of acting and playing roles. So yeah, if you can leave anything, that would be fantastic. Video response would be awesome. But for now, a very blessed Lunar to everyone in the Southern Hemisphere, and I hope you have a very magical Imbolc in the Northern Hemisphere. Blessed be, guys.